Well, here's the next exciting episode. What I'm trying to do, if I can get my act together, is install the gasculator. Well, it's already been installed. This is the gasket for it. The gasculator's job is to separate water that may have gotten into the fuel, and it also separates particulates. There's a gasket on top, but this whole bit is not what I'm trying to set up. What I'm actually trying to set up is the drain. Being located in here, I would sort of have to take the cowls off to do the water check, which is probably not a good thing. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make this tube, if you can see the tube coming out the bottom, that'll be located about there somewhere. And do this thing up called a bail, and that holds the bowl in place. Yeah, there's a gasket up there that I want to make sure is seated properly, which now it is. But yeah, that'll go more over this direction. That the tube coming out, this tube. This is not the actual tube I'm going to use. I've got a new piece of tubing coming. That'll go about there like that somewhere. And I'll need to put some fittings on the end of the tube. If you can see the end of the tube, like right there, I'll need to put some fittings on there so that I can install the fuel checking valve, the water checking valve. Those two clamps will probably go something like that, or maybe whatever, maybe like this, that way, something like that. It's probably better off the other way. That'll go something like that, and a bolt will go through there, just to hold it, stop it from rubbing on anything. But yeah, that's, believe it or not, this is one of the last jobs to be done. Then I'll put the cowls on, work out where this comes through, and drill a hole in the cowl. A hole big enough to get the fuel check tube in there. But that's what I'm up to. Tomorrow, the signwriter's assistant will be working, so I'm going to slip over to the signwriter and hopefully pick up the remaining. There's actually five more stickers that I need. There's the original 4 that we spoke about last week or the week before, and there's one more that'll say fuel drain or something like that, and will go next to the hole in the cowl. And after that, we haven't got too many more jobs to do. I need a noise exemption, which is a sort of an optional type of thing that you must have. So yeah, must and optional. Yeah, right. They go together pretty good. I'm just going to apply for it, and it won't be knocked back. It's just how it works. You just have to have one. You have to have one for certain things, especially if the wind changes and the government decides that you must have it now, which which is quite likely. So anyway, I'll go ahead and apply for it, and I'll also make the application for my certificate of airworthiness. That's the only really the only thing between me and true happiness then. So yeah, that's where we go, and then we got no option but to fly it, and I'm quite sure it'll fly. Just from the few taxi runs I've done, it probably feels like it's a bit overpropped. I want to take it down and tie it down and do a max engine run, but I need to tie it down for that. I'm not prepared to try and hold it on the brakes, and let's see if we can do a max run. But I'll probably do that. That might even be later on in this video. We'll see how we go. But anyway, that's what I'm up to, and that's where we're going. Well, here it is, Thursday afternoon. Most of the week I've been doing little jobs and catching up. I've found my new least favourite job of all in aviation. I didn't think I had any, but I have. Well, I have now. It's lock wiring turnbuckles. I hate it with a passion. I'm not very good at it, and I really dislike it. But that's one of the jobs I've been doing. There's only 987 turnbuckles on a Renegade, and I've done about 3. So let's have a bit of a look and catch up with where we are. Right, here's a couple I prepared earlier. If you can see that back one, which you can't, that back one over there is not done yet. But yeah, it's done with relatively heavy lock wire. This is 41 thou, which is really quite difficult to work with. You might as well work with, fencing wire from the farm sort of thing. It doesn't really want to go where you want it to go, but it's got to be done. I've done the 3 on this upper wing, the 3 big ones. I've still got the 2 small ones over the back there to do, that one and the other one I just showed you, and I've done this one. I'm not going to go into it, but it's not a straightforward thing, and yeah, like I say, I hate it. I've had this lower cowl on and off 3 or 4 times today. It just wasn't fitting to my satisfaction, but I've trimmed it up a little bit and got it to the point where I can put it on and off by myself reasonably easy without a whole lot of swearing. There'll be a little bit of swearing, of course, but not a ridiculous amount. So that's a good thing. I've also... You're too high now. I'll take you off the tripod and show you. This will be where my fuel gascolator drain exits the cowling. If you look up in there, you can't see a thing. See? There you go. If you look down in here, you probably still can't. Yep. Anyway, this is the gascolator right here with the gold top, and it will come outside the cowling where I can do the water check. So I'm waiting on parts for that. I ordered last Friday and I expected the parts today, but no, maybe tomorrow, and then I can complete that job. Obviously the cowl will have to come off and on a couple of times to achieve that job as well. But anyway, the cowl's pretty nice. I'm fairly happy with how it's fitting. Over here, here's my new decals. Isn't this beautiful? It's nearly the same size as the registration. The registration letters on Australian experimental aeroplanes are a minimum of 75 millimetres or 3 inches. So yeah, this is like half that. So I had it remade. This is much more appropriate. Same with the master and the ignition switches. These are the labels for the switches in the cockpit, and I just had them remade a couple of millimetres smaller. Same with these ones, the fuel tank selector and the starter button. There's a starter button in the cockpit. We've seen that before. They were just simply too big as well. These are the fuses to identify the circuit breakers, and they were too big. They won't fit next to the circuit breakers. This is them remade. You know, it's not really an eye test. And this is the place where the fuel, the gasculated drain, is going to exit the engine cowl. So that's all fine. That should finish off all the decals. I don't think there aren't any more to put on. I found this the other day. One of my neighbours decided he wasn't going to fly anymore, and he gave me a whole bunch of stuff from his aeroplane, from his project, which he did one of the cheapest aeroplanes that we have in this country. He got it basically up and running for about 10,000, including the engine. He used a Volkswagen engine, but be that as it may, he gave me a whole bunch of stuff when he decided he didn't want to fly anymore. And one of the things I found just out of the blue was this little fella here. I don't know if you can see that. There it is, around there. And the air pressure just opens it up, and there you go. You've got your pitot, and when you slow down, it closes off, and there you go. You don't have wasps building their nest in your pitot. I love it. The only thing wrong with it, it was a red colour, and I had to repaint it Renegade orange. So there's some of the things I've been up to. Still flying Rosie's aeroplane quite a bit. That's in the other hangar. It's not in here. Just my RV and this Renegade. This might be a little bit more difficult. We did the weight and balance. This was a few weeks ago. Yeah, the weight and balance on this aeroplane, it was within the C/G range. You've got a C/G range, which is a fictitious point that's, I think, it's at a particular location, which is about the forward-most C/G you can have and still be stable. There's also an aft C/G range, and I think they were about something like 250 millimetres apart, which is about 10 inches, something like that. With me in the aeroplane, it comes out at about 2 inches aft of the forward C/G position. That's within range, and yeah, the aeroplane will be stable. The forward C/G gives you stability. Yeah, aft C/G can give you a fair bit of instability, as a matter of fact. But I thought, nah, that's not. I'd prefer the C/G was about mid-range, about halfway in that 250 millimetres. So what I did is I added down there, so you can see some shiny bolts. They're holding a piece of two steel plates in. The steel plates are half inch or 12 millimeters thick, and I think, I can't remember, 130 millimeters square. They come out at about 2.8 kilos. Both, the total is about 2.8 kilos, and that will, the theory was that will move the CG aft, hopefully towards the middle of the range. I'm going to take them out. I'm not happy with them. It's just simply too heavy. It's as simple as that. I'll do my test flying with the CG at the couple of inches aft of the full forward CG position, and that'll just have to do. If it is too stable, then I'll consider putting those plates back, or maybe I'll just put one back, but no. But anyway, that will come out in the fullness of time, hopefully over the next few weeks. I've still got the panels off this one, and well, that one I took off, and I'm not prepared to put it back on until I work out what I'm doing with the CG. This one I've left off. There's one up the front that I've left off, and I'll probably wind up taking a few more off as well. And that'll be so that I can persuade, hopefully, somebody to come, one of my neighbours, to come and do an independent inspection, basically. Let's have a look in here. I got the tacho to work, and I installed it. Because I couldn't get it to work, I installed a tiny tack, and of course the minute I installed the tiny tack, I got this one to work. And of course now they disagree with one another. They're both set. You need to program both of them, and I don't really know which one's right and which one's wrong, but we have a tool on the airfield. One of the neighbours has a tool that actually counts the blades as the engine's running, and tells you what the RPM of the propeller is. So I'm going to use that tool and see if one of the either the tiny tack or this tacho, see if they're correct, and then I'll look at trying to repair the other one. So that's a neat tool, actually. So they're the things that are happening at the moment. So yeah, I won't be getting too carried away. This I've got a few other jobs on tomorrow and Saturday. Sunday I don't generally work in the hangar unless it's just a couple of minutes of work or something. I won't come out here on Sunday. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to, and yeah, I'll try and put this video out Friday night like I usually do, but I probably won't be out here in the hangar doing very much work tomorrow. I've got to do something else. But here it is, late in the day, Thursday afternoon. Look at that. Absolutely superb. Yeah, it's whatever it is, 4:30 in the afternoon, so it's getting on. The day's going past. If any of you from any other country wants to come to Australia and visit, Easter time. That's April is the way to go. Come here during April. You will get some bad weather, I guarantee that, because it's change of season. So you will get some storms and things. But the vast majority of days are really, really good. Don't come at Christmas time, because it's going to be 987 degrees, and you're going to melt, especially if you come from, I know I've got a lot of people from Ireland that watches this channel. If you come here looking like a chicken sausage and you go out in the sun, you're going to get cooked. I mean, you're going to get seriously cooked at Christmas time. If you come mid-year, yes, you'll get cheaper tickets. There's a reason for that. They don't give away, Qantas doesn't give away free or cheap tickets. It's because it's hopeless. It's cold and freezing. Well, actually, for Canadians it'll be lovely and warm. They'll make sure you bring your shorts if you come in the middle of winter. Here in Temora, okay, I'm a sissy. The temperature gets down in Temora. I think the coldest we ever see is about -5 degrees C. Yeah, which is, I don't know, probably 25 or 28 degrees F, something like that. So it doesn't, for you guys, it doesn't get cold. For me, that's ridiculous. And you want to fly in a Renegade in the middle of winter? Yeah, right. You can book the hospital bed before you come if you want to. But anyway, that's it. Enjoy yourself. Get your feet off the ground if you can this weekend. I don't think I will be, but I've been flying almost daily with Rosie's aeroplane. I even flew. The guys here know that I tend not to fly on a Saturday. I tend not to, because that Saturday is when the people who actually work for a living, unlike me, that's when everybody comes here and they take their aeroplane out and they fly there 1 hour or whatever they can afford. So I typically leave them alone, because I can fly Monday to Friday and Sunday if I want to, and be the only aeroplane in the air. So why would I go out on a Saturday when there's a whole bunch of people that are all trying to fly that day? So I typically don't do it, but last Saturday I did. Last Saturday was an absolutely one cracker of a day, a bit like it is now. Dead calm, beautiful afternoon, and I thought, no, I'm going to break my rules. I'm going to go for a fly on Saturday, because it was just too nice, and nobody else was taking advantage of it. But anyway, that's just me ranting. You enjoy yourselves. I'll catch up with you next Friday, and hopefully we can have a little bit more to report. I'm up to the stage where I'm probably going to have to start doing paperwork for my certificate of airworthiness for this Renegade. I've got the best I can get here on the field. I've got all the help I need, and I've got a civil aviation person who works on the field, who will help me get the aeroplane through the registration process as well. Or actually, registration process is not right. The aeroplane's already registered. It's on the register. That's why it's got a rego number. It needs a certificate of airworthiness, and there's just some paperwork I need to do to make that happen. Then I need to do the test flying. Go back to the civil aviation when I finish the test flying and give them my results, and if they're happy with the results, then they will lift any restrictions I've got, which I will have restrictions. I won't just be allowed to hop in the aeroplane and fly wherever I feel like it. I'll have a distinct area that I have to stay within and while I'm doing my flight testing. But anyway, that's it. Enjoy your weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye now.